Russian troops are gradually losing control over Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region. This was stated by the Joint Forces Group. Ukrainian forces continue clearing operations in the northern districts of the city, and the Russian army units that remain in Kupiansk have been left without proper supplies and are now in more difficult conditions than Ukrainian forces were previously.
Communication for Russian troops has been cut off. It now only happens via drones. Attempts to resupply or drive vehicles into the northern districts are effectively blocked by Ukrainian strikes. In other words, they can't effectively supply the troops that are in the city, but they can drop certain supplies or ammunition to them. Viktor Tregobov, head of communications for the Joint Forces Group, speaking live on the United News Marathon.
81 times in the past day, the Russian army assaulted the positions of Ukraine's defense forces along the entire front line, according to the calculations of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. In the Kostiantinovka direction, the enemy attacked 15 times. Defense forces repelled 9 more Russian assaults on the Slavyansk section of the front, and in the Alexandrovka area, Russian troops tried to break through the Ukrainian defenders' lines 7 times near 5 settlements. On the Pokrovsk bridgehead, Russian occupiers tried 18 times to push Ukrainian armed forces fighters from their positions. According to the Ukrainian military command, fighting took place in the areas of 10 settlements. Military experts are convinced that the Ukrainian army is capable of holding back the enemy in this direction, as clearly shown by the statistics from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. After all, Russian losses are significant, while their territorial gains are quite modest, analysts say.
The situation there is defined by the term mixed positions. That is, in the southern part of Pokrovsk, our units often operate in near encirclement, but nevertheless they are able to receive the necessary resources in time to continue these combat operations. In the northern part, right after the railway into Pokrovsk itself, Russian units often find themselves surrounded and are forced to fight defensive battles under such conditions. But the key factor, in my opinion, that will continue to influence the situation on the battlefield in this sector of the front is the enemy's attempts to finally close the pincers of operational encirclement.